Well, guys, here in St. Louis, a frustrating game for the New Orleans Saints. We appreciate Drew Brees joining us right now. Just talk about this game. Rams come in 0-6, but this is the National Football League. They're a hungry football team.
No, they are, and they're a very good football team. You know, despite the injuries they've suffered this year, both offensively and defensively. And you know what? Obviously, we came and did not play, you know, our A game, and we put ourselves in some really tough positions. We did all the things that we said we wouldn't do, that we knew would get us beat, and then us turn the ball over. And you know, the block punt, obviously, at the end of the second quarter, that gave them really 14 points going in at halftime, so 17-0, which, you know, all the momentum on their side. I mean, that's tough to come back from. Is
it hard to fathom? You score 55 one week and then you have 14 the next week. I mean, it's just unpredictable, this league. You never know what you're going to encounter.
No, you don't. You know, obviously we can play better in so many ways. You know, listen, this is the National Football League. These guys are professional football players. You know, everybody has a lot of pride. Everybody plays hard. I got a lot of respect for Coach Spagnuolo and his team. I think they're a team they're definitely not a winless team. You know, even coming into this game, you look at the way they play, and they've just gotten in some situations where they're giving up some big plays. But other than that, you know, I felt like this was a pretty stout defense that we're going up against today. And you know, obviously they proved it because they held us to, you know, 2.8 yards a rush. They got 6 sacks. They got us in a ton of third and long situations because of negative plays. Forced two turnovers from me, which can't happen. So, you know, they got the best of us today.
You touched on it, but Sean Payton said afterwards, you're not winning the early downs, a lot of third and longs. How does that throw off the offense?
It's hard to get into a rhythm. You know, it's hard to call plays when you're third and long. I mean, what do you want to call? You know, because, you know, whatever you're doing, you got to hold the ball to push the ball down the field. You're having to force it in tight windows. You're, you know, putting your offensive line in a tough position, you know, where they got to block forever. So, you know, that's why you always preach, you know, hey, third down conversions, which we've been great at that, but, man, help yourself out with the first and second down efficiency.
Your offensive line, they were pretty hard on themselves in the locker room. They've had some injuries. They said they weren't winning the battles up front. How hard was that? You know, how hard did that make it on this offense in this game?
You know what? You know, I mean, that was tough. I mean, listen, they did a great job on their side of the ball, the Rams' defensive line. They came to play. They had a good plan. They executed it to perfection. You know, listen, I know there's always going to be times where I'm going to have to slide, move, you know, get outside the pocket, potentially make some plays. The only problem is, you know, when you're in third and those long situations, I mean, that's tough on everybody. It's tough on the offense. So we need to do a better job first and second down, both in the pass game and the run game, just creating third and short situations because we can convert a lot of those. You know, I mean, we're #1 in the league in third down conversions, so we've shown that we can do it. Now we just got to, you know, create the opportunities for ourselves.
Well, Drew, next week is another week, just like after the Colts. You said it's a good game. It's a fresh week. You play Tampa Bay again, a chance to make some noise in the NFC South once again, too.
Listen, obviously we need to redeem ourselves. You know, we had a tough loss to those guys on the road. Now they're coming to our place. We're coming off a tough loss now. You know, I don't know what happened with our division today, but the fact of the matter is it's all about us. It's the next game. It's at home. You know, we have a lot of things we need to improve upon. And, you know, I'm excited for the opportunity that we have, but we're facing a little adversity right now, and you know what? Maybe that's good for us.
All right, Drew, I appreciate your time.
Thanks.
All right, Drew Brees, a tough loss here in St. Louis. Coming up next in the show, we're going to break down this game. What happened to the offense? The offensive line speaks up, and the running game talks about its struggles as well. That's coming up on Saints Tonight. Right now, it's a story here in St. Louis. I'm Mike Neighbors. Back to the Louisiana Cat Studio.